Welcome back, Bo Bichette. Blue Jays win 6-2 in the first of 3 games against the Boston Red Sox here in Toronto. Winning a game by more than 1 run? How luxurious. Having said that, it was still a tight, tense game, so it is still mostly what we're used to. Jose Barrios going for the Blue Jays against Nathan Eovaldi for the Red Sox. These guys matched up against each other just last week in Fenway, so it's kind of like a here we go again situation. First off, Nathan Eovaldi was lights out. I think this was the best I've ever seen him pitch. He had pinpoint control of his fastball and his changeup. The two of them together were a devastating combo. He was cruising through the Blue Jays lineup, absolutely carving them up, and not just getting them out, but getting them out quickly. His pitch count was really suppressed through the first 5 innings. I think less than 40 pitches. It was really impressive. Jose Barrios was matching him 0 for 0, but in a slightly different fashion. Just like his last outing in Boston, Jose had to dance around a lot of base runners, and a lot of base runners in scoring position to boot. And, just like the last time, he benefited from some excellent defense behind him. He was able to field his own double play ball with bases loaded and 1 out to end the inning. That was really well done. And then Kevin Plawecki hit what should have been a double into the left field gap, but it turned into nothing because of an outstanding Kevin Pillar-esque catch by George Springer in center field. Laying out completely horizontal with the ground, really did have that Superman vibe, even with like the rolling pop-up using the momentum so he can marvel at himself. It was pure Kevin. I loved that. All this to say that Jose had a really good outing, but he relied on a little help from his friends, which is fine. From what I could see, Eovaldi only really made 4 mistakes over the whole outing, and 2 of them ended up in the seats. He hung a slider to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. That ended up in the left field bullpen. Then he hung another one to Matt Chapman, and he put it in the left center field bleachers. Like, that one wasn't a just barely get me over. That was a bomb. And so we came to the Red Sox half of the 8th inning with Jose Barrios still in there and with a 2-0 lead. Now at this point, Jose has been dancing in and out of trouble. His pitch count was right around 90, and then he lets the first 2 guys get on via singles. In both at-bats, he had a big lead, let it slip away, and then ended up giving up a hit. So my old school baseball sensibility says you can't pull him now, he's got a shutout going. But that's not really how baseball is managed anymore. And honestly, if given a choice between leaving him in for a moral victory or pulling him for the actual victory, I know which one of those 2 I'm choosing. Anyway, it didn't really work out this time as Adam Simber came in, and just like the last time we saw him, he appeared slightly diminished. I don't know if it's fatigue or whatever's going on, but he has not been himself the last couple of outings. His greatest strength, in my mind, is his ability to go from that Submariner delivery that rises up towards the top of the strike zone, eliciting a lot of pop-ups and strikeouts, especially in left-handed hitters. This time he gave up a hit to Kike Hernandez, which, I mean, he's a good hitter, so okay. And then he got that pop-up, but it was deep enough to score the second run from third base, so a normally reliable reliever instead lets 2 inherited runners score, and we're tied at 2 going into the bottom of the 8th. Santiago Espinal does that thing where he helps the team win every single game by leading off the bottom of the inning with a single. Bradley Zimmer bunted his way aboard via what should have been an error but was credited as a base hit, I think out of pity. Then George Springer with his second hit, and because it was a line drive, Santiago had to hold up between second and third base, wasn't able to score on that one, and so the bases are loaded for Bo Bichette. Now, if you've been paying attention to the Jays or watching any of my videos, you know Bo been struggling. And he still gets the odd hit now and again. It's not like he's been completely useless, but he certainly hasn't been himself. And most notably, his power stroke has been pretty much gone. It's been little slap singles or ground balls that find holes. That's pretty much all we've been getting out of him. And then he had an 0 for today. And I guess he had enough of that because he had some viciousness in this swing. Also, they pulled Eovaldi, which... why? I mean, yeah, he gave up a couple home runs, but those are just 2 mistake pitches. Otherwise, he's been cruising. Pitch count wasn't that high. He's still locating great. All of his pitches were working. He still had great velocity. I didn't see what the problem was. Anyway, it's Will Venable managing instead of Alex Cora, who's still on the COVID IL. So I'm not sure if that's a move Alex would have made, but anyway, it seems strange to me. And it immediately bites the Red Sox in the ass. Bo just goes up there and absolutely tomahawks a ball to deep right field, which is so refreshing because Bo's strength when he's at his best is he's looking opposite field all the time. So seeing him absolutely hammer the ball to the right side with authority, with his big Bo Bichette, massive swing energy, it was chicken soup for the soul. Remember those books? Anyway, I'm not sure how many of those books featured a grand slam to blow the game wide open, but this game had that, so I like it better, I think, on spec. The look of relief on Bo's face as he went around the bases, I feel like he just got 40 pounds lighter as we watched. It was really something. And then watching George Springer just kind of bear hug him like the proudest big brother, this team gets you right in the feels, you know? 6-2 Blue Jays. And that was a lead they would not relinquish. Julian Merriweather came in to close it down and looked sharp. But this is exactly the kind of thing that we have not had from this team the last couple weeks. They've been finding ways to win without it, but it's what this team is built to do, is get runners on and then get the big clutch hit from one of your big clutch hitters. For the most part, they haven't really had it early. And Bo was the guy who's had it the least. A lot of double plays off his bat, and he's not normally known for that. But not this time. Bo came through in a big way. And coming off a top half of the inning where they had relinquished the lead to get it right back so emphatically, a big win against a division rival who is scuffling right now. You really got to get these wins while the Red Sox are struggling to score, and the Blue Jays took care of business in this one. The only thing I would say about this game that wasn't super positive is I think if I'm Charlie, I give Adam Cimber a couple of days here if you can. Most of your key bullpen arms didn't see action today, so if you can spread them out over the next couple of days, give Adam a couple of days of a breather, that would probably do him good because he just hasn't quite had it the last couple of outings. Other than that, though, all gravy. Defense has been on point. Matt Chapman is just casually excellent at third base. It is breathtaking. It was this one play on a ground ball, kind of ranging into foul territory, throws across his body, and just, it's a cannon to first base, and he does it casually like he flipped it, like he didn't break a sweat on it. It's the effortlessness, and it's the absolute pinpoint accuracy. This guy is a real pro. This is why he's got multiple platinum gloves on his trophy case. He was a good pickup, guys. Anyway, great team win. Anytime you can take the other guy's pitcher, coming in and having an ace-like start and still find a way to win, that is a big momentum changer for your team, especially after losing the last game in such a heartbreaking fashion. Turn it right around, get this one, no sweat. We move on to tomorrow night's game featuring Kevin Gausman, who absolutely dominated this same Red Sox lineup a week ago, looking to carry forward that momentum. I am anxious to see how much tonight's big hit impacts Bo. I hope this means that he can just breathe, relax, be himself, and when he does that, good things happen. Also, I should point out that Gurriel had 2 more extra base hits, a home run, and a double. He is heating up at the right time, especially because we're basically using him as the cleanup hitter right now. A little more protection for Bo, a little more protection for Vlad. They have to get some more pitches. You see where this is going? Teo's looking stronger. He was on the bench tonight, and we might see him in the next week, so positive things are starting to percolate here for this team. All that, and they're 11-6 and in first place. Good night. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for watching this channel. If you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe and all that hullabaloo. I will see you tomorrow night for Kevin Gausman's start. I can't wait for it. See you then.